PUDcast is filmed before a live studio audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUDcast with Jason and Mike. I'm Jason.
I'm Mike.
And we're coming to you from the Pud Cave, located here in Game Swap in beautiful downtown Lincoln in the great state of North Carolina. Mikey, brother, what is going on?
Turkey, and wrestling.
Oh, man, wrestling, turkey, and wrestling, and we're not even talking about the gobbledygooker, dude.
No.
We're just talking about in general, man. Yeah. So, Mikey, brother, how was your Thanksgiving, my friend?
Good, man, good. Like I said, I got stuffed on turkey and stuffed on wrestling.
It was a lot of it to go around.
It was a marathon of wrestling.
Yes, it was.
For sure.
Same here, man.
Just the live, produced stuff.
Yeah.
The weekly stuff, and trying to fit Starrcades in on top of that.
Yes, man.
I'm tired,
dude. I'm glad I had some days off of work. Same here, brother. It was a good one, and like you said, man, it's been a very wrestling heavy weekend per usual.
For sure.
We just got done recording our weekly wrestling wrap up for L-Town Radio. So we got to talk about what happened this week. So if you want to hear our opinions on the weekly wrestling, from NXT and WWE, Raw, SmackDown, our Power review.
Oh, God.
Hey, it's worth that right there, man.
This week's Power.
Powerfully shitty, man. We can't cuss. That's another reason why we stopped our cussing for the kids campaign. In fact, this is the last Saturday of the month, so I'm actually going to be donating to St. Jude's today.
Yeah.
We're just going to do 30 across the board.
That's right.
I figured that'll save money and also give them something as well, so I'll have to do that today as well.
Absolutely.
But, man, we don't cuss on the weekly wrestling wrap-up because that's on L-Town Radio.
Yes.
So we're like, fuck that. We're going to cuss on this show, especially after that shitty Power episode, Mike.
Hell.
Once again, now we don't have the on-demand yet for our weekly wrestling wrap-up. Hopefully that's coming down the line, hopefully. At some point, we were told it would be happening.
Yes.
Now, when that happens, I don't know.
All right.
But it is.
Stay tuned.
Cliffhanger.
Yes.
It's cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger, Mike, is
Who's
one of those.
Cliff?
We need to find that Cliff.
Is he question marks tag team partner?
Oh, my God. It would probably be better than what we saw in Power this week.
Hey, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah. Cliffhanger and question mark?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, let's book it, man.
Like
let's book it, dude.
Listen, William Patrick Corrigan. If this happens
with your circled squared,
I want the podcast needs the recognition for that.
Yeah, we want to see.
Give us the rub for that idea.
Just give us a couple shout outs while you still have people watching. Because just like cliffhangers have been a staple in television, Mike, so have clip shows.
Oh man. And after that PR nightmare, you're going into a fucking clip show.
Of all things, man. Well, we said on the weekly wrestling wrap-up, we texted about it while it was going on. If they would have been locked in a freezer, like they used to do on the TV shows and shit back in the day, it's like, hey, do you remember that one time? You remember that one time Eli Drake cut a promo in Hollywood? Yeah, man.
I don't think that ever really happened.
Well, apparently the crowd didn't think so either. Mike, once again, we talk about the weekly wrestling wrap-up.
Why are we walking like this?
Man, it's like, why are you going to take the guy who's so over in front of the crowd and put him in an empty crowd or an empty arena match with no crowd? If you're listening on Sunday afternoon, hopefully, if all goes well, then the weekly wrestling wrap-up will be up tonight on L-Town Radio. Hopefully. Once again, man, we don't control that. We just record it. And
why are we walking like this?
Jesus, man. But hey, Mike, I want to give a quick shout-out to Wayne Sisk, man. Wayne was with us last week, brought us a really cool present, man. He brought me a Warren Zevon T-shirt. I was like, man, if I wear this, I'll get mustard on it. Really, man, there's
gotta be mustard.
There's going to be mustard on the damn thing. So we actually framed it, Mike, and we're going to put it up here.
I mean, it's yellow.
It is yellow, but still, man. It wouldn't land on the Zevon. It would land somewhere else. It'd land right under,
at the bottom,
or the chin, right at the top, where that's where my mustard usually lands. So, man, I actually do this a shirt that I
aim your mustard a little better.
You got to, man. You get it all over you, man. Right on the chest, right?
It's better on the chin.
Just don't get it in your eye.
Oh,
anyway, man.
it burns.
Oh my God. Shit. Dude. This is what happens after we record an hour or an hour and a half of weekly wrestling wrap up because we restrain
Straight show.
Dude, we restrain all of our bullshit, man, and we just let it loose. Just like the mustard on the chest. But no, man, I want to thank Wayne. I took a sincere thank you and made it completely shitty, man. Made it completely dirty. But no, man,
mustard all over.
I got mustard all over, man. I shot mustard
all over. Thank you.
But no, thank you, Wayne. We got it framed, man. We're gonna hang this bad boy up, and it looks cool as shit, man.
It does.
I'm gonna take a picture before I leave, man. We'll post a picture of it, but. Jesus, man. You know some other shitty stuff going on. It's Chris Cruz from AEW, man. We touched on the weekly wrestling wrap-up, but we want to go into it a lot more in depth on here.
Where the hell did he come from?
Like I said, I thought he was on the road with doing 1-800-COLLECT commercials.
With Lee Marshall?
Yeah. Oh, it's Lee Marshall. I always got those fuckers confused.
They both did it.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh,
So I didn't get them confused.
No.
I thought so.
And yeah, Chris Cruz did the hotline too.
That's right. Okay. Well,
it did some NWA main event shows.
Okay. Well, Chris Cruz needs 1-800-COLLECT kiss my ass.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck that son. Man, what a rap, man. Snitches get stitches, man, for
But
real.
here's the thing. Nobody remembers. Okay. You're in fucking Maryland.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Nobody remembers this shit? Probably just me.
Right.
Okay. Does anybody remember... Does everybody remember Great American Bash 88 Price for Freedom?
Barely, but yeah,
Main event,
yeah.
Lex Luger against Ric
Ric
Flair.
Flair, yeah.
What happened in that match?
Blood.
Yes.
A lot of blood.
Yeah. And it got stopped.
Yeah.
Because.
They were in Maryland.
Yes. Right.
Well, that was the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't have blood.
In Maryland.
Yes.
Right.
And apparently that's still a thing.
Nobody told AEW. But you know who did tell somebody? Chris Cruz told the fucking Maryland Sporting or whatever commissioner called. Whatever.
Hey guys.
AEW AEW's over here.
This is Chris Cruz from. This is Chris Cruz.
Oh, I got mustard on my chin. Hold on.
I know.
What a fucking douchebag, man.
This is Chris Cruz from WCW. Remember me?
Teacher.
Oh, man.
What a fucking asshole, man. He rats him out for blading.
Yeah.
He rats him out because there's blood in the John Moxley.
Yeah.
Now, man,
I don't even remember the match if they got any intentional.
I don't think it was intentional, man. I mean, now when
there is blood.
There was blood, but I don't think there was actual blading involved. I really don't, man. I think it happened. I know with the glass when they slammed each other in the barbed wire, the bed of barbed wire.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, to me, man, the issue is of being a little fucking asshole.
Oh yeah,
a little rat bastard, dude. I mean, who is this guy? Why does he?
I didn't know if he's still around.
I didn't either. Why does he give a fuck? That's my thing, man.
He's just trying to pop himself.
He's trying to get over. Why? But he never was over. Even Lee Marshall.
He's trying now.
Lee Marshall was the superior of 1-800-COLLECT guy. I mean,
absolutely.
He really was.
Lee Marshall's great.
Oh, Lee Marshall's the shit, dude. He always fucked with Bobby Heenan. I thought that was a cool little thing. But Chris
Cruz. And from what I remember, he was a scout too for WCW.
Okay, yeah. Well,
he'd go around snipe talent for WCW.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, man, he's just a little punk bitch, man. You know? Fuck him. Hey, man.
His podcast.
Fuck him, man. I didn't even know he had a podcast.
Yes, that's where it all stemmed from.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there you go, man. Once again,
and he's been on record as saying AEW will not last.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, and I hope he's wrong. AEW, I still enjoy the
because he knows business in and out, obviously.
Yeah, he needs to find his way out, man. I just don't like tattletales, man. I don't, man. I actually, dude, a chick I worked with called me a tattletale this week. Yeah, because my boss comes in a little late sometimes. Everybody comes in late but me. Me and like two other people, you know, including the girl who called me a tattletale. She was picking because I got on to her and said, hey, don't call me that. And that's one thing I don't like, you know. Right. I ain't no damn snitch.
Yeah.
But apparently my boss came in on time and she wasn't there. So she was like, oh, you're a tattletale. I'm like, well, what? What the fuck you want me to do? Put on a wig? and pretend I'm you. Hey,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
me. You know,
Yeah.
she was picking, and
Yeah.
she was just kidding. But we were going back and forth. Like, yeah, I'll just put on a wig and pretend I'm you. You know, give me some fake titties or
Yeah,
some shit.
right.
You know, and hey,
My
hey.
5-year-old tattles on me all the time.
Wait, but
That's-
she's 5.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
That's what I'm saying.
5.
That's the mentality here.
Oh my God! Hey, Mike. Before we get into the day's show, man, we were talking about something during the weekly wrestling wrap up in our break, and you remember how we were talking about rivalries? You know, because we've seen it in the world of professional wrestling,
Yeah.
man. You know, some would even say maybe we've experienced one recently, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's always been like rivalries between either wrestling groups locally.
Yes.
I'm talking locally.
Uh-huh.
Bands.
Yes.
Bands were really bad. You know, you say,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
man, that guy's, you know, I'm a better bass player.
Yeah.
And, you know, even though the bass players always tend to kind of group up because, well, we're the bass players. You know,
right.
it's like we can only feel each other's pain.
Yeah.
But, you know, this singer, I'm better than this singer.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, man, we've experienced with the wrestling organization
Yeah.
since day one.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That if you have wrestling groups, you're going to have
Oh, yeah.
rivalries. But, Mike, did you know? I know you do know because we just talked about it. But, you know, there's actually rivalries in theater groups as well.
Oh.
Well, David Hayes, who comes to the show a lot, man, who is one of my best friends, man, and who does his show, This Is a Work,
Yes.
down in Rock Hill. We always put those guys over on the weekly wrestling wrap-up as well because they go way more in depth in the pay-per-views.
Right.
Well, man, we were talking a while back, and we were just kind of making fun of it, you know, about an hour ago. But there's actually rivalries between theater groups.
See, that amazes me.
Me too. When he told me that, because we were talking one day, because him and some of his people kind of branched off to do their own thing.
Right.
Free Reign
Uh-huh.
Theater, which puts on tremendous shows, man. They just did Lear,
Yes.
which was a take on the King Lear story,
Mm-hmm.
and sold out, man. I mean, we were just talking about that a couple days ago. Great reviews. They're doing their thing, man. They're doing it very well. Well, anyway, man, they had broke off from this other group. Well, I won't put them over. I'm not going to put their name or nothing out there. But lo and behold, man, he was telling me this a while back. He's like, yeah, man, we got a lot of heat with these guys. I'm like, whoa, man. I'm like, you actually got heat with another theater group. He's like, oh, yeah, dude, there's a lot of competition out there. Like, I'd have never known that, Mike.
What?
Yeah, man. So I'll pick, you know, so you know me, dude. I just go into overdrive with it. I'm like, what? I'm like, theater groups. I'm like, come on, man. You know, and he's like, nah, dude. And I get it. Because like I say, I've seen it in music. I've seen it with wrestling. You know, there's always going to be, even podcasts sometimes,
Yeah. Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know,
you see it. Yeah, that happens.
you'll have a little bit of that as
Yeah.
well, man. But, dude, I started, like, just picking on him, man. I started, like, just picking hard. And I'm like, man, if I'm ever at your place and I hear, like, a hi-hat, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge, man. Or if I hear a bunch of snapping fingers coming down the road, oh, hell no. It's a drive-by, motherfucker.
Oh.
It's a snap-by. But could you imagine these motherfuckers getting into fights and shit,
Oh,
though,
my
man?
God.
Talking shit, you know. Thou mother is thy whore. You know?
Break thou self, fool.
Get loweth. Get loweth. Thou be a punk bitch.
Oh.
Dude, man, I just started cracking up, man. Break thyself, man. That's fucking going. Oh, man. I punk bitch thou be. Thy after thou shall get whipped. Motherfuckers be damn doing snap bys, not drive bys. David Hayes, we're sorry, brother. We just had to talk about it, man. It came up.
Take thine ass on.
Damn it, man. No, dude. No, it's killing me, man. It's killing. Motherfuckers be pulling out swords and shit. Instead of not. Be showing their sword, be pulling up their shirt. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Is that a saber? Like a Glock, you know? Be like, thou saber you shall catch. Saber to the dome.
Oh, man.
Thou get wet up. All right, man. We need to
Get the fuck out of here hastily. With haste.
that thou shalt get thy ass whipped with haste. Dude, Dude, man, like I could just see him raising up their shirt, you know, and have a sword in that motherfucker, just have a Glock, you know, just all this shit.
We're gonna get the heat.
Oh man, it's on. No, David, we're not sorry, man. No, man, this is funny. It came up.
Sorry.
It came
I'm
up.
so sorry. So sorry. Not sorry.
But you know, not sorry. But no, man, I did think it was. It did really surprise me.
Yeah.
But it also showed me that that's just how things are,
Yes.
man, across the board.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, we've even very small amount, even with the podcast, we experienced a little bit of that. With the wrestling, like I said, brother, goddamn, we could write a book on that from 1995. You know, up
for sure.
You know, indefinitely. Bands, same thing, man. There was always rivalries in bands. Why you want to get mad at people that do the same thing you do?
Yeah.
If there's no money involved.
Yeah, I know. It's pride.
It's pride. And I think it's also a little bit of tribalism as well as us and them.
Yeah.
But you know, man, I look at it more like the us and them should be y'all against everybody else.
Community.
It's community, man.
Yeah.
And but that cracked me up, man. Well, not cracked me up, but it really did. It surprised me.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, man. It even goes as far as theater groups.
No doubt.
And yeah, dude, I just thought that. But then we started talking the shit about the drive-by, the snaps, and you know, the talking shit and all that stuff, man. But anyway, Mike. Like I said, and David Hayes, we're sorry, brother. I mean, seriously, man. I'm gonna hit him up later. You know, after he lived Monday afternoon. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Did you listen to the podcast? Yeah, I listened. I can hear him now. But
you're an asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He knows that. But we've established that years and years ago. But Mike, you know, brother, since it was Thanksgiving. You know, we always think of turkey. You know, you brought up wrestling as well. Yeah. Dude, I always think of Starrcade.
Starrcade, man.
It's Starrcade season.
Starrcade is going to be going on actually tonight. This Saturday night.
Are they in Greensboro this year?
No, I doubt it.
I didn't think so. The first
year they did it in Greensboro.
Right.
The second year, I think they did it.
Chicago, maybe?
I don't know if it was Chicago.
It was definitely not in Greensboro.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
I don't think it was in the South. You know, I think it was.
No, it definitely wasn't. Let me check that out right quick because I'm curious.
Yeah, it seems, man, I want to say Chicago, for some reason, or Philadelphia maybe.
You could be right.
I'm not sure, man.
I don't think it was in Philly.
I don't know. We're going to look this thing up. We're actually looking it up right now, and we're going to see.
Ohio, Cincinnati.
It was in Ohio. Damn, man.
It was last year's. This year's.
We were way off. Wow. Where is it this year, man? Yeah. Once again,
let me see.
It should be in Greensboro every year.
It should be. There's
really,
no doubt.
Man. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's see if we can find out where it's going to be streaming from.
Duluth, Georgia.
Well, at least they kept it in the South.
Hey.
At least they kept it in the South. I'll give them that much.
Maybe this will be the NWA Power.
God,
that we were looking for.
It can't be much worse. You know, Mike, you actually said on WWE, on the weekly wrestling wrap-up for L-Town Radio this week, you said, man, things have kind of flipped.
Yes.
Because the WWE actually put on some pretty good shows this week.
Yes.
Where AEW was lackluster and Power just sucked. Tanked, man.
Yeah, it's such a weird flip.
Yeah, it really did, man. Yeah. It went off the rails.
Which is great.
Hey, for WWE, and like I said, little bit I watched, I liked. I thought it was a good show. Yeah,
it needs that.
It does, and it
needs that tide to turn.
Yeah,
to make it more interesting.
And like I said, I didn't think Raw was a great show. I thought it was a good show.
It was a really good show.
It was a good show. Yeah. I really, from what I saw, I still think AEW was better.
Yeah.
But, man, Raw has just been terrible lately. So, hey, man, I was happy to see it.
Right.
Well,
speaking of, Atlanta and Greensboro.
Right.
Let's jump into Starrcade 85. Which is without a doubt probably my favorite Starrcade of all time.
I'm going to say, Mike, it's always kind of gone back and forth with me, 85, 86, 85, 86. Because I think we did 84 last year, didn't we?
Yes.
No, we did 88.
Was it 88?
I think, we did Chi-Town Heat last year. Yeah, we kind of.
That was 87.
It was 87. 87.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of went because we did that and the Survivor Series.
Right.
We kind of did a goal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We ought to go back and maybe do those shows separately at some point down the line and kind of get a little bit more in depth, because both of those shows were good shows.
Yeah, they were. They really were. 87 was a great time for that.
It really was, man.
This holds, to me, is my favorite, and it holds a special place for me, because this was the first wrestling video I ever owned.
Yeah, this was around about the time I first started watching wrestling, because I remember it was being talked about a lot before the match,
Yes.
and
Right.
but I remember watching the video, the VHS, and I'm like you, Mike, that was one of the very first ones that I really remember watching, and brother,
Wow.
and there's a special place for me as well, and we'll get to why here in a little bit. It's a particular match, and we'll talk about it, and I want to really, really, really put it over. So let's jump into it, Mike.
Yeah, man, absolutely. The first match we've got for the vacated NWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, Crusher Khrushchev defeats Sam Houston.
Yes, man.
In a really good match.
Good match, man. It was a good way to open it up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hot, and at one point, Khrushchev, throws Houston up in the air.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the first times I'd ever seen that throw up in the air pancake.
Yes.
Oh, it was incredible when you see it for the first time at that age. Oh, it's memorable.
It's superhuman.
Yes.
I mean, it's like watching two true, honest God superheroes. And Sam Houston, man, I don't know if Sam ever got enough credit for his work rate, man. He was, to be
just
small.
Didn't have the size.
As I was just saying, man.
For that time.
For his size. Yeah. In today's time, he had been so over.
Yeah.
Because actually, man, he was probably a little bigger as far as height, not necessarily muscle, but he was probably above average compared.
Yeah.
And man, we cannot put over, and we'll obviously go into a little bit more of this later on in the card. We cannot put over how hot the Russians were.
Oh yeah.
The heat on the hot.
Absolutely.
I mean the heat, the absolute white hot heat.
Yeah.
Because man, this was the Cold War. I mean, we're smack dab in the middle, man.
Yeah.
Reagan just got elected for his second term.
Yeah.
We were still practicing drills at school in case the bombs hit.
Oh, yeah.
Put your hand up, put your head between your legs.
Cover.
Yeah, go under the desk to stop a nuclear blast. Okay, whatever.
Duck and cover.
Yes, man. I mean, we really lived in a time where we thought, hey, we may not be here tomorrow.
Right.
Russian, kind of like today even, in certain circles and certain people's, mindset, is still the great evil.
Yep. Sure enough.
And man, we were fed it continuously.
Yeah.
Back in that day.
Absolutely.
And to see the Russians and Sam Houston, that young underdog, Texas. Nothing's more American than Texas, brother.
Right.
Even to this day.
Yep.
Even to this day.
Absolutely. It was a good finish.
It was a good match. Yeah, good finish.
I love the finish on this. The double leg on the rope.
Yeah.
Where Houston thinks he's won it.
Crusher gets his leg on, right.
And then he celebrates and turns around and gets sickled.
Next to the ropes.
Yes, next to the ropes. Houston gets his legs on the ropes, but Crusher swipes it off
before Now, who was refereeing this one?
Sonny Fargo.
Sonny Fargo.
Absolutely.
Yes, man. Yes.
Roughhouse Fargo.
That is correct, man. In his bright yellows.
Oh man, his banana jumper.
Brother, you can see that thing from space.
I love it.
I did too, man. I did too. Same here, brother. Same here.
Next match. Manny Fernandez against Abdullah the Butcher with Paul Jones in a Mexican death match.
Now, Mike, I think you did touch on it, but let's just to let the people know, these are two different venues, man.
Yes. We started out in Greensboro with the Houston Crusher Khrushchev. Now we're going to Atlanta, the Omni, for Manny Fernandez and Abdullah the Butcher. This is a brutal match.
Yes.
Up and down.
Yes.
Brutal match.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Manny just is
a lot of blood
flowing.
in this. A lot of blood in this card.
Yes.
Across the board.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of blood.
But in this one, a lot.
Mike, you remember how I said at the beginning of the show? This card had a special place, and one match in particular. It was this match.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yes.
No match has made an impression on me.
Really.
Like this match.
This is a hard hitting.
Hardcore blood. Yes. To this day, this could be, honest to God, my favorite match of all time.
Really?
Man. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, seriously. Because that's how much of an impact it made with me.
Did you ever hear when Manny talked about this was supposed to be the main event?
No.
85?
No.
Listen to that.
Well, it's
take
Manny
it for what it is.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Manny Fernandez.
Take it for what it is.
Right. You kind of got, yeah.
I don't see it.
But
it's an incredible match.
Man, and like I said, I can't reiterate this enough, Mike. When I was a kid watching this match for the very first time, because Abdullah Butcher was one of those guys who legitimately scared me. I bought into the gimmick.
Suplexes.
Oh, dude, man. I mean,
Abdullah.
Oh, yes. That was never seen that.
Never.
And Manny Fernandez was one of the most over baby faces. Because once again, he was Texas. He was All-American. Even though he was Hispanic,
right,
he was still American as you could get. And he used his Hispanic heritage so much to his advantage to where everybody loved the Raging Bull, man. Everybody loved the Raging Bull. I love the Raging Bull.
Yeah.
But Mike, just a little side story. Years and years ago, and I know you remember our friend Seeds. we had a friend named Seeds, so I'm not going to tell you how he got his name. Right. You could probably put two and two together. But anyway, man, me and Seeds was a little bit younger than us. Not much younger, but he was about 5 years, give or take 4 or 5 years.
Couple.
He was a little younger, but not much younger.
Yeah.
But back in your 20s, even at 4 or 5 years, seems like a big span. Now it's nothing. We're the same age range. We're in the same demographic.
Yeah.
But back then he was a little younger, obviously, in your 20s. And I remember we talked about this match. And we were just talking about old school wrestling. I'm not going to say what we were doing. I don't want to put myself, but his name was Seeds, okay?
Yeah.
So we're feeling good. We're doing our thing. It's a Saturday or Friday night. We're hanging out. We're talking old school wrestling. He was like, dude, that's my favorite match of all time.
Wow.
I said, man, mine too.
Wow.
And we really had this long, in-depth discussion on this match.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, here's the thing about this match, and a lot of other matches on this absolutely stacked card.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a very long match.
No, it wasn't.
They got in, they got it done, man.
Yeah.
And maybe
about a 10-minute match.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean,
100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Front to finish.
They were going hard.
Hard, man. Blood.
Hard and quick.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
This was hardcore before hardcore was hardcore, man.
Yeah.
This was extreme before extreme was even a thing.
I love the finish on it.
Yes, man. Yeah. Where he basically climbs over Abdullah.
Yep.
And, man, did you notice how quick he got up that pole to get that?
Oh, I know.
Once again, it showed the realism, man. That was the goal.
Yeah.
That's what you were supposed to do.
And his socks.
And his socks, man, because he done took both his boots off to hit Abdullah with it, man.
So good.
So bloody, man.
So good.
This is one of my all-time favorite matches, if not, honest to God, my favorite match of all time.
Yeah.
And definitely my favorite match on the card, man.
Yeah.
It just was.
Definitely.
I mean, it's just one of those standout moments of your childhood, of your youth, as a fan that you'll always have with you. And it was Manny Fernandez and Abdullah Butcher this match, man.
Okay.
Yes.
I have one on here, but we'll get to that. Let's take it back to Greensboro. Ron Bass defeats Black Bart. And the stipulation for this match...
In a bull rope match.
Yeah, in
the
the Texas Bull Rope match, the stipulation for this is if Bass won, he gets 5 minutes alone with J.J. Dillon.
Right. The manager.
He does.
Right. Good match, too, man. Hard-hitting. Another extreme, hardcore, bloody match, man.
Yeah, slower pace. For sure. He gets the match with JJ, and JJ defeats Ron Bass with the help from Black Bart
with the pile driver. Hits him with the pile driver.
Yep. Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah.
So much heat, brother.
And JJ's busted open.
Yeah. Oh, JJ gets
it. Ron is. Black Bart is.
JJ gets it, man.
Yeah.
It's funny watching it now. Knowing what we know, the tricks of the trade, because you can actually tell when they blade. You can see it now. But it adds a whole new level and layer to it now, Mike. It's like you're not just watching it as a fan or as a kid. Now you're watching kind of as a craftsman.
Yeah.
Like, here's where he's going to do it.
Right.
Here's what he does. Yeah. You also got to remember J.J. Dillon bladed for Dusty Rhodes in '86 with an elbow.
That's true.
So J.J. was not scared to pull out the blade, brother.
You knew where to get it. Well, you know where the money was, and it was in red.
And it was in red, man. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something else about this match that I really liked about JJ is how he goes right to Ron Bass.
Yeah.
After the finish, after Ron Bass beats Black Bart, he goes right to him. Because JJ was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And they put that over in the commentary of Bob Cottle and Tony Schiavone.
Yes.
Another great team, maybe underrated.
Right.
One of my personal favorites, man. Bob Cottle's probably one of my all-time.
Yeah.
If not
for sure.
If not my favorite.
For sure. Let's see. Let's go to the Omni Atlanta for our next match. Superstar Billy Graham and the Barbarian in a arm wrestling match.
Yes.
I'm not sure if he actually won the arm wrestling match.
Yeah, he did. He won it. Yeah,
okay.
Sure did. Yeah. Lot of
because it seems like he kind of did at the same time that Jones hit him, and it just happened. They never really put that over.
Yeah, but he did though.
Okay.
Yeah. They the referee rung the bell, and then that's when they just went.
But see, I couldn't remember if he rung the bell because Paul Jones or he rung the bell because. It was a little confusing.
Yeah. It's a little chaotic.
Yeah, a little chaotic, and then I guess they go straight into the match from that.
Yeah,
this is my least favorite match on the card.
Not the best match, but I tell you, Mike, because I just watched this yesterday. Well, I've watched it over the course of Thanksgiving and Friday. I watched it over the course of 2 days. Man, there was a lot of drama in that arm wrestling match.
Yeah,
the crowd was hot, man. And Superstar does win. He does put him down, and man, the crowd popped.
Yeah,
really hard.
Yeah.
That was something else about that crowd back then, man. That crowd was they're
into it, and obviously, Superstar gets some juice as well.
Yeah.
From Barbarian's cast.
Yeah, because he had the cast on. Exactly.
Cast on at that time. I can't remember Jimmy Valiant put his arm in there.
Yeah, Jimmy Valiant broke his arm, man.
Yeah, sure did.
But not the best match, man. It really wasn't.
It was not.
Paul Jones runs in, causes the match.
Yeah.
Kind of anticlimactic.
It was. It really was.
But you know, man, you're never going to have anybody, I guess, say that the Barbarian or Superstar Billy Graham are technicians in any way. You know, they're just two big guys.
Right.
Two bulls.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, one thing I will say, and I've said it before on the podcast, I still think NWA, Dusty Rhodes in particular, as a booker, I'm talking to Booker, I really think they dropped the ball with not having Superstar and Ric Flair run at least once, man. Because Superstar was so over, man, at that point.
As far as, you remember from '84, I mean, you know, when he had that match with Wahoo.
Yeah, right.
Not a good match.
No, it really wasn't.
And then he has this one with Barbarians. Just not a good match, I think.
But Flair could have made it a good match. I mean, Flair could wrestle a broom.
He could.
I mean, you got to give him his due, man. If anybody could have made him look good. But
does the broom look good?
That's a good point. That's a good point. But if anybody could have brought it out of Superstar, because Superstar had it, man. I mean, and plus they could always use the gimmick that he was WWF champion.
Just don't know why I really would have wanted to see that.
I think I would have. I'm not saying make it a year-long thing. I'm just saying a 3-month run, man. Just to hit.
Right.
I think it would have been good, man. I really do. But hey, man, who knows? It's one of those things we'll never know.
Never know. That's right. Let's go.
But not a good match, no.
No, not at all. Let's go back to Greensboro for a great match.
Oh, man.
Buddy Landale challenges, with J.J. Dillon, challenges Terry Taylor for the NWA national title.
Or as I like to call it, the Red Rooster versus Maypop Flair.
Listen, this was
hey, man, it was a good match, man.
This was worked.
It was,
I mean,
man.
It was worked so well.
No, this is a clinic.
Yes.
If you want to see a wrestling clinic. But, you know, come on, man. Maypop Ric Flair versus the Red Rooster. It works. It fits.
I love Terry at this time.
I did too, man. No, don't. It's not really being disrespectful as much as just trying to make a little joke. But come on, man. Buddy Landale was Maypop Nature Boy. They could that was another feud that never happened that should have. Was Flair and Landale. It just Landale shit the bed, man. You know.
Yeah.
But no, you talk about probably the best technical match of the night.
Oh, for sure.
Move for move.
Oh yeah.
This match was
that finish.
Man. Oh man, you just
with the going for the superplex.
Yes, and JJ tripping him up, man. And once again, dude, move for move match of the night. Move for move.
Yeah.
However, Mike, I will say, to kind of flip the coin on it, there wasn't it just didn't seem as hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
to me, it was just, God, it was so good.
Just didn't seem like it had the same drama as most of these other matches would have.
Yeah.
But once again, man, for the purist,
everybody was into Landale. Everybody saw Landale.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people saw a lot of Terry Taylor.
Not at that time, man.
So
I agree.
Kind of hard to get behind Terry Taylor. Not seeing a whole lot of Terry Taylor. He was a national champion.
Yeah, man, and he was still fairly. I don't want to say new per se, but
I think he was on Georgia a lot.
yeah, he didn't have a lot of exposure in the Carolinas.
No.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
But no, man, once again, move for move, pound for pound,
Yeah.
probably the best technical match.
Yes.
Drama speaking, as far as the crowd being just glued to it, not as much, man.
Yeah.
Not as much. But once again, dude, what else can you say? Terry Taylor he could have been, who knows what he could have been.
Exactly.
Man. They said he had a bad attitude, though, in the back. I always heard that he thought very highly of himself.
Yeah.
He would kind of shit on Dusty. You know, there's a very funny story that Dusty had on headphones back when the Walkman first came out. Have you ever heard this?
Yeah.
And where Terry Taylor didn't know that Dusty could hear him, so he's talking shit right to Dusty's face. Dusty has on the headphones. Terry Taylor doesn't know he can hear him. Dusty's hearing every word.
Yeah.
So what does Dusty do? He fucking buries him, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think Terry Taylor was definitely one of those guys who probably thought a little bit more highly of himself than he should have.
What his worth was.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
At least at that time.
Yeah. Let's go back to Omni for another national heavyweight title, the tag titles.
Yes,
being defended by the Minnesota Wrecking Crew
against the USA tag champion.
Yes, U.S. tag champs.
Dude, I know it was a different time.
It was.
And I know we had different territories that you had to have belts in different territories. But at the same time, man, it was kind of silly, I thought, the national titles being up against the U.S. I mean, isn't it the same thing, Mike? I mean, really, isn't it the same thing?
I think it would have been
unification match.
Unification right off. You should have. You shouldn't have kept them separate. Not this time because, I mean, it was just beforehand, I think it was time to just go ahead and mix those together.
Right.
Because nobody was even aware of the U.S. tag titles at that point except for like Florida and Georgia.
Yeah, that was it, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think at this point, because at this time, man, cable had come into the picture. It was definitely becoming a national brand.
Yes.
Crockett was definitely overtaking everything.
Right.
I think this match...
But they would eventually go to the U.S. tag titles.
Yeah, because they would retire the national titles and then bring back the U.S. tag titles.
I don't know. What do you think on that? Which one did you like better?
I always liked U.S. better.
Really?
I really did, man.
I think, to me, the U.S. definitely fit the singles.
Sure. Yes.
The national titles, I thought, fit better for tag.
Really?
Yeah.
See, to
I
me,
liked them better.
It seems like there was more prominence for the national titles, which was something that always confused me, man. The U.S. title took prominence over the national title.
Right.
But in the tag team division, it was reversed.
Yes.
That always kind of confused me. And I always thought that this match should have been a unification match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it would have gave that little extra bit of... Because either way, man, Wahoo and Billy Jack were walking out with belts.
Right.
Either way.
Yeah.
And why not put that little added bit of tension, that little, hey, man, whoever loses this match is not a champion anymore.
Right.
There's almost like, and once again, man, you know.
So it really just kind of meant nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The only one that had anything to lose was the Andersons.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
I mean,
for all intents, they really did. And they wound up going over in the match.
Yeah.
It had a great match.
Man.
Arn.
Oh, I was about to say Ollie.
Ollie was on it.
Oh my God, man!
But Ollie wasn't bumping for anybody.
No, Arn. No. Arn took the heat, brother. Mate, no. As far as on that side,
Arn was just,
man, he was so good. Bro. Well, he's still. I mean, obviously, Arn stayed good.
He's only a couple years in.
Yeah, man, he's basically not necessarily a rookie, but brother, he's green.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, and I've always the first one to give Ole Anderson shit, man. I don't know why, man, but I always gave Ole shit. I always thought he didn't work as a good horseman. I'm that guy. I always thought Barry was better. I'm that guy. I know. Like I said, I always saw, Arn, Tully, and Rick out in the town and Ole at home watching Matlock in the hotel. Where are you boys been all night?
Hurtful.
I'm just saying, however, with that being said, it was an absolute pleasure to watch him work in that match.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I forgot just how...
Yeah.
I guess...
I get where he's coming from when he doesn't take that immediate bump.
Yeah.
He wants a bump and make it mean something.
It's got to matter.
Yeah.
And, brother, when Wahoo got in there with him, as I was watching this the other day, I'm like, man, here are two not only the toughest men in professional wrestling history, these are two of the toughest men in the world ever. Yeah. Across the board. I'm not just talking wrestling, I'm talking in general, man. You have two freight trains colliding here. And man, they could work, and they made it memorable. I mean, it's not the cleanest match.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It can be a little sloppy here or there.
Yeah.
But one thing it was never, and that was unrealistic.
All right. Because, that was the Anderson thing. They would just eat them up.
Eat them, man. Work them down, grind them down, man. Billy Jack was on point, man. He didn't
get a lot of ring time.
No, Wahoo,
which was a good thing.
Very good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. I'm like, Wahoo's taking the brunt of this match.
Uh-huh.
Arn would bump, and then Ole was taking a lot of the match as well, and it was him and Wahoo.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, as I was watching, I'm like, man, this is
Wahoo's chain wrestling with Arn.
Yeah,
was fantastic.
Was really good, man.
It was fantastic.
And I forgot how good of a. You know what, Mike? Here's something I wanted to bring up, and I wish I'd have wrote this down, but I'm glad I remembered it. When I'm watching this match, I got to think. I'm like, here's why you have the term wrestler and the term grappler.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These guys
yes.
are grapplers.
Yes.
And that's why there's a little bit of a difference there. And Ole and Wahoo, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Without
what else can you say, man? That was just great match. Anyway, man, Ole swipes the leg from Wahoo, holds down the leg. Arn gets the pin, retains the titles.
Yes.
Billy Jack and Wahoo get to keep their Maypop belts. Because, man, logically speaking, man, what's the difference between national and U.S.?
It's a territory thing.
Once again, when the territories were in full swing, it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
You had to have different belts in different places. But come on, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're going back to Greensboro, and to me, one of the most memorable matches of all time.
Ever.
The I Quit match between Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard for the U.S. title.
Mikey, this match is iconic.
Yes.
This is up there with Andre and Hulk.
Yes.
This is up there with Sting and Flair. Dusty and Flair.
Yes.
This is a match that people will talk about for forever.
Yes. Yeah.
In fact, a good friend of mine, Chris Eisenberg, a friend of the show.
It's not even a wrestling match.
No, man, it's a fucking fight, man.
Yes.
I know Chris Eisenberg, Mikado, who wrestles in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. A couple years ago, he was having a cage match, and we were talking. He's like, "Hey, do you have that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, I need to borrow that because I wanna take some stuff from that match."
Yeah.
In other words, what my whole point is, people to this day who have cage matches look to that as inspiration, as something to take from that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's where the standard was set for cage matches, Mike.
Yeah,
now, to this day, Tully Blanchard never said, "I quit."
All right.
You gotta love that.
Yes.
He does say yes. Do you quit? Yes. He does say yes.
He does say yes.
But I always like that little bit of drama and that little bit of story to go along, because that was what Tully's whole thing was for months after that. I never said I quit.
It was messy. It was dirty.
Bloody. Extreme.
Extreme.
Brutal. Realistic.
Tully gets color on his arm.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
A lot of people were kind of. A lot of people don't like that. I like that, man. I thought it added to it. Absolutely. You get color anywhere beside your head. I mean, you bleed.
Yeah. Dusty used to do it.
Yes.
I remember Dusty.
And everybody would get on to Dusty about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, man.
Get on Dusty for getting color in his arm. Dude, come on.
I mean, you can't just be your head all the time, man.
Exactly.
And something else to go along with those points, Mike, we also got to talk about the fan reaction to these people. You have one of the most over, who we have even had an episode completely on what if Magnum TA would have not had his car accident.
Right.
We have a guy who was going to be the next big thing, who would have took Crockett into the next stratosphere, as far as I'm concerned, against the most hated, people. Dude, you had Ric Flair hate, because he would still have his fans here and there.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you had the Russian white hot hate, because of your nationality.
Right.
Then you had Tully Blanchard, who people, pure evil, man, despised
Pure
him.
hate.
Pure hate, man. White hot.
Yeah.
White hot heat, man.
Yeah.
And, dude, to have that finish, to have Magnum bring that belt back.
Yeah.
Once again, man, this match.
That finish was, every time I watch that,
chills.
The chills. The chills come from Tony's reaction.
Yes.
Tony Schiavone's reaction to that spike going down on Tully.
Yes.
Is It does. It gives me chills. It gives me chills thinking about
Just
it. Right
thinking
now.
about it, man. And that's
Just
another
his reaction, his pure reaction to that. Was,
another reason
Oh my
why
God.
Tony Schiavone should be put in a higher regard than some people tend to put
Yes.
him, man.
yeah.
Because he sold it. He put it over
Yeah.
like nobody else could have put it over
Yeah.
like that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Schiavone was on it. Once again, man, to show how the commentators are just as important piece of the puzzle than the performers, because they are the ones that put it over. And like you said, man, Schiavone,
Yeah.
10 out of 10, man.
Yeah.
This is, once again, man, iconic match that will go down in history.
Yeah.
And once again, man, the matches that have followed it will always look to that
Yeah.
as a guide, as a,
Yeah.
you know, as a star.
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
I mean, really,
Exactly.
man, the North Star of cage matches
Right.
is this match.
That's it. Let's go back to a Omni. Omni. For the Atlanta Street Fight,
Oh, boy.
Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant and Miss Atlanta Lively with Big Mama.
An intergender tag match.
Yes.
Oh, boy. This match confused me as a kid, man. For those that don't know,
Uh-huh.
Miss Atlanta, for spoiler alert,
Yes.
Yes. Miss Atlanta Lively was actually Ron Garvin in drag.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
really,
I knew that.
yeah, he
I
did
knew that when I was a kid. I knew that was Ronnie Garvin.
See, I didn't know that originally.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I was like, that's an ugly ass, but tough ass
Yeah.
woman right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And Big Mama
Yeah.
looking only like Big Mama could look.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, she was
Yeah.
in 3D, buddy. That's
Yeah.
all I can say
That's right.
across the board.
That's right.
Jimmy Valiant's real life wife.
Yes.
Yeah, and that
Yes.
was a legit shoot relationship.
Yeah.
And the Midnight Express.
Yes.
In full
Oh,
tuxedos.
dude.
God, man.
This match is just wild and out.
Come on, man. I mean,
Everything's going on. It is. Bobby is
dude.
at his
absolute
my God.
best, man.
Best. Absolute best.
man.
I mean, he is just hitting stuff that's just, and he's selling stuff, and it's just fantastic. And you know, Jimmy takes Bobby outside, out on the concrete floor, and gives him a hip toss.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I'd ever seen anything like that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And man, just to kind of go back even to the intros, man, with the Midnight Express's music
Oh,
playing,
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out in the tuxedos.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, Mike. Here's a question I was wanting to get your opinion on. You remember when the powder gets broke out?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that was a shoot? Do you think that meant to happen? Or do you think somebody stashed got accidentally pulled out of their pocket? The white powder. Because I'm like,
That's an awful
was
lot
that-
to lose at one time.
But this is the '80s. This is
That's
Dennis
true.
Condrey.
Yeah.
When it happened, I'm like, oh damn, man, somebody's gonna be pissed about that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Throw it in my face.
much.
Throw it in my face.
Yeah.
No, man. Once again,
Ate it. Ate it.
dude, that
A lot
was.
of white powder flowing through there, but
And that was
great.
before
It
the
looked
match.
Great. Yeah.
Before the
yeah.
match.
Yeah.
But nah, dude, it was cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, but the powder got thrown. But when that happened, after I watched it the other day, I'm like, hey, I wonder if that was
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
But nah, man.
Well, nobody got down on their knees and just started hoovering their mat.
No. But like I said, that was before the match. But once again, man, Jimmy Valiant and Miss Atlanta
Yeah.
go over.
Yeah, they do. And let me tell you what, Miss Atlanta Lively, Ron Garvin,
Yeah.
that was a bloody.
Yes.
Yeah. Got a lot of color off that one.
There's a lot of blood in this card.
Yes.
Just from
Absolutely.
the beginning to the end, man. This was an
Yeah.
extreme Southern
Yes.
style
Yeah.
card, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. The finish, I love the finish. When Bobby was coming off the top rope and Garvin caught him with
the hand
punch.
stone.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And just how Bobby sold it and just dead.
Once-
It's fantastic.
And like I said, man, watching this.
Then Cornette.
Yeah, man. Cornette gets in there.
Yeah, and they stripped
him
Cornette
down. Yes,
Oh.
dude.
But there was that one part in the match that he tried to strip down Miss Atlanta
Laying Lively.
That's when I remember as a kid. That was an
What?
awkward moment
That
for
was
me.
weird, man, yeah.
That was an awkward moment for me.
Like I said, man, it was a fun gimmick. It was cool. Obviously, it worked, but man, it was always. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own, but I was, even as a kid, I'm like, what?
What?
That's an ugly woman.
What?
I didn't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know that till later,
Yeah.
and I'm like, obviously as the match went on, I'm like, wait, that's a guy, you know?
Right.
But I didn't even know it was Ronnie Garvin till a little later
Yeah.
on, man, and Boy howdy.
Roy Howdy.
Roy Howdy. But
This
what
was
a
great match.
But what a great match, man.
It was. It really was.
And we can't put over Bobby Eaton. Just the way he would sell. I mean, Bobby Eaton is, dude. I'm telling you.
Can't go without saying Dennis Condrey too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, they were pulling stuff out of their tights, out of their boots.
Yes.
Oh,
And the Boogie Woogie
so
Man was
good.
being only the Boogie Woogie Man
Yeah,
can be.
he was definitely taking the heat on that.
Yes.
too.
Oh yeah, big time, man.
So every time he get hit, he do the boogie shake, and, it's like,
And the fans, dude, the fans are just, oh God, very. You know me, man. Boogie Woogie Man's on my personal Mount Rushmore. You know that.
Yeah.
No other wrestler could connect with a crowd like the Boogie.
That's true.
He had it, man. Other than maybe Dusty, even Hulk in WWF, Boogie Woogie Man had that same quality as those guys had. Is able to just connect with the fans, man, and make. But the thing about Boogie Man, versus like a Hogan, and Dusty fell into this as well as the Boogie Man. He made it real. He made it believe it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good shit, man.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Let's go back to Greensboro for our co-main event.
Oh yeah, man.
The Rock and Roll Express challenging with Don Coronado, challenging the Russians, who are the tag champs at this time,
Right.
in a steel cage match.
Yes, dude. Once again, one of the hottest, most hated team
Yes.
ever,
Yes.
as in the Russians.
Yes.
With the scariest wrestler, in my opinion, of all time, Nikita. And just mean Uncle Ivan against the two most over baby faces.
Yes.
To this
In
day,
the cage.
who are still relevant.
Incredible match.
Incredible, man.
Incredible match.
These guys made
And
Nikita
Don
look
Coronado
good.
just taking up space outside.
Yeah. I never figured out why him and Crusher were even there. Dude, but Nikita...
And they were in a cage, so there's no reason for...
Well, and that was something else, man. They're having tags in the cage. That was one thing I was kind of like... Because even Shivani would have to put over, hey, this is no disqualification. The only thing the referee can do is advise.
Yes.
But Earl Hebner would be like, hey, you got to get out of the ring.
Yeah.
Or get it... Yeah.
Right.
That was a little hokey, I thought.
Right.
But...
Yeah.
Dude, they even made Nikita look good. I mean, let's face it, man. Nikita was not a great wrestler at this time.
No, but yeah, this match was fantastic. Tag match, up and down. That finish, a brilliant finish I'd never seen before.
Right.
I don't even know if I've seen since with that whole going for the backdrop and
rolling them up.
Yeah,
rolling them up, dude, man. And the way that crowd popped.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, man, the Rock and Roll Express, as over as they were, a big reason they were so over because they were still the underdogs.
Yes.
They they were still kind of, especially against Nikita.
Yeah.
And, once again, man, it goes to show how the announcers really sold it and really put it over, man.
Well, they took a trouncing after they won the match.
Well, Robert did. Ricky got out of the cage, man, and Robert stayed in.
He got thrown out of the
cage. He got thrown out, yeah.
And like, he got the heck out of there. No, he got thrown over the cage by Nikita.
And then
over the cage, too.
Over.
Nobody done that.
No, that was new.
Yeah, that was new.
And, I mean, he was doing Frankensteiners and shit, man, before anybody else. And then they just proceeded to beat these shit. They kept their heat, is what they did. They kept their heat hardcore on Robert, man. Poor Robert, dude.
Yeah.
And then their other wrestlers came out, and they got him, got him cleared out. What a great way to end the Greensboro portion.
Don Cornado's down there selling something. I don't know.
He got color, man. He was actually bleeding it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess he tripped. I guess he tripped on the way to the ring.
Yeah.
Good match, man. I mean, great match. Great match, man.
All right, let's go back to the Omni for the main event.
The match we all been waiting for.
Yes, Dusty Rhodes challenges Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, man. How much charisma, how much just overall entertainment can you put in a squared circle, man?
This, to me, is the defining Flair Dusty match.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
This has worked so well. I don't think they were ever able to go back to it and touch this level of their work.
I think they maintained it, but
I don't think they even maintained it from this match.
I do.
This match was something so special.
Oh, it was,
and
brother.
There was something so well done about it, other than
Well, the finish later on, how they reversed the decision was
that was
made pop.
Of course, that was Dusty.
It was a Dusty finish, which worked in the territory days.
It worked. It worked somehow
on television, national, TBS. It didn't.
Right.
This was definitely not only Mike, and I agree with you, man. I think this was the pinnacle. I don't think they ever topped that. See, I still go to the steel cage match in Greensboro.
I don't even think that. I enjoyed that match.
Oh, I
love
that
topped
match.
This match.
I didn't top it. I think it was on level, man. This match was next level, man.
Yes. Everything about this match.
And I think it also is a good point to show how the business had transitioned as well, man, because we just talked about that Dusty finish.
Yeah.
How that worked in the territory system before national television.
Yes.
It didn't work this time, and it was definitely that crossing of the stream, so to say, man, how we went from the old school to the new school. Still maintained, man. The crowd was over, which was your point for your house shows in the territory days.
This is where I think he should have won the title instead of at the bash
at the cage
in '86,
and been able to actually hold it for a while instead of having and man, I never liked that. Now, dude, you talk about heat. After he got stripped of that belt when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
No, what the hell, Tommy Young, you asshole! What are you doing?
It just felt like he worked so much harder for it story wise. Than in Greensboro '86.
Well, it was during the bash, man. So Flair had a lot of different opponents, man. There wasn't really any story to go into it. This was the story, man. This was the gathering, man. This was going for it. And but the match itself, man, there's so much psychology. There's so much good. People can say what they want about Dusty. Dusty could work his ass off, man. Could. And he showed it. And Flair's, what else can you say? I mean, it sold it, man.
He sold everything for Flair.
And I mean, man, when you look, that was the thing I think I just mentioned about Jimmy Valiant, how he made it real.
Yeah.
When you looked at Dusty's face in this match, man.
Yeah.
And this is why he's my favorite. This is why I always put him over Hulk Hogan, man, because Hogan was unbelievable, man. He won so much.
Right.
Dusty, you connected with Dusty.
He got screwed out of a lot.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And you could connect, man. He was real.
He's always a struggle.
Dusty was real, brother.
Yeah.
And Dusty
always
was
a struggle.
Always a struggle. Always fighting.
Yeah.
And he got it.
Yeah.
And the crowd was so hot, man. When he won that
Dusty Rhodes.
Dude. You will never unhear it.
Ever.
And it's the entire match. In fact, if I was a drinker still.
Fucking match.
The whole match, man. Dusty Rhodes. And did you notice every time Dusty would slap him, he would do the woo. But this was before it became public.
Yeah.
He would slap him. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Dude, this guy was wide ass open.
He was.
And for my drinking fans out there, for you PUDs out there that still like to drink and that like this show, that like wrestling, take a drink every time you hear Dusty Rhodes. And let me ask you if you make it, man.
That's Jason Finger at P.O. Box for promoting
alcohol
poisoning.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say alcoholism, man. This is straight up death, man.
Yeah.
But if you want to go for that next level challenge, if you're a drinker and you consider yourself to be a top of the line drinker, put in this match, and every time you hear Dusty Rhodes, take a drink.
Do it.
You won't make it to the fucking main event. Oh, you won't make it to the finish. That's the Dusty finish for real.
You won't make it to the second lockout.
Hell no, man. But nah, brother. What else can you say? But just to kind of go over it, man. Arn comes in.
Yes.
They do. They try to screw Dusty. Referee's knocked out. New referee Tommy Young's knocked out. New referee comes in.
Dusty hits Arn with the
boot.
Okay, not loaded boot. The special boot.
The special boot.
He has to wear because they broke his ankle.
Yeah, because it's just a white.
And Arn
boot.
gets color.
Yeah. Arn. Once again, man, putting it over. Dusty rolls him up, man, or a small package. Isn't it a small package? Yeah.
And referee Gene Ligon makes the count.
Gene Ligon makes the count. 1, 2, 3. He gets the belt. The fans go home happy.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Young shits on us the next week on television.
It was about 2 weeks later.
It was about 2 weeks. Yeah. Now, why did he reverse it? Was it Arn's interference or was it over the top?
It was Arn's interference.
Yeah. So he reverses the decision. Dusty still wins via disqualification. The belt reverts back to Ric Flair, destroying all my hopes and dreams.
All the babies come out and barely lift Dusty up in the air.
Boy, howdy. That was a
You should have
trip.
called out a little more enforcements besides the Italian Stallion and Pez Wally.
I was like, hey, that's Pez, man. Dude, they tried.
Where's Pez been?
Not working out, man. But then again, that's Dusty.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of get him up in the air.
Yeah.
Kind of don't.
Right.
Dusty cuts a tremendous promo at the end of the show in the back. He goes out, man. They doing the champagne. And once again, man, probably my favorite Starrcade.
Yeah.
It always goes between this and 86 for me, but this one inches it out.
Yes. Yeah.
Even though 86 was tremendous as well.
Yeah,
don't. We may do that one
Stacked.
next year.
Yeah.
You know, who knows,
Absolutely.
man. But this one's man.
Yeah.
From especially and just get the Raging Bull, Abdullah the Butcher match is one of my most iconic, most standout. Just man. Fundamentally,
I don't think there's a bad match on here.
There's not,
with the exception of maybe the Billy Graham
and
Barbarian.
And even then, man, it wasn't the worst.
No,
I mean, it was
No,
as advertised because they at least had the arm wrestling too.
Yeah.
So they got to put over the strength aspect of it. Well, Mike, brother, I know we're running a little bit long here, man. I know you got to go up and up the store here. So
5-star card.
5 stars, man. Yeah. Brutal, bloody, traditional style type wrestling as well, because you have Terry Taylor, you have Buddy Landell, psychology, everything.
Some of the best of the best.
Best of the best
here
man.
on this card.
Some would say wrestling may have even peaked at this night, man. It never got better. It maybe stayed as good, but I don't think it ever got better. Yeah. Kind of like you were saying with the Dusty Flair match, man.
That's right.
All right, well, brother, anything you want to end us with?
No, that's it, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and lots of wrestling, lots of turkey.
Lots of turkey. And
lots of blood.
And lots of blood, brother. And like I said, don't forget, you can catch us on L-Town Radio doing the weekly wrestling wrap-up. That's every Sunday night at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
So if you can't get enough of those PUDs on this show, you can catch us on that show as well.
And you can catch us on... USA main event,
dude.
Wrestling.
We got. Oh my God, I about forgot, Mike. We're running long, so I'm speeding up here, man. Yeah, that's right. USA main event wrestling. We got another show coming up next Saturday, December the 7th.
Yes.
December Darkness. Live, man. So we're gonna be on there. You can either get tickets at Downtown Dairy Treats here in Lincoln. Look up USA main event wrestling on their Facebook page. Give you all the information as far as getting tickets. And if you can't get tickets, then you can still watch us live on their Facebook page, USA main event wrestling. And me and Mike, brother. We're going to be doing the commentating. Once again, they let us come back.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, we had over 3,000 views on that last show. Let's get up to 4,000 on this
Absolutely.
one. Man, once again, those guys are tremendous. Chad Scott, the owner-operator, man, we can't thank him enough for giving us that opportunity to expose our brand and expose the PUDcast and just to let us have something really fun and awesome to do, man.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, happy Thanksgiving. Mike, happy Thanksgiving. And until next week, y'all have a good one.
Dusty Rhodes!
Woo!
And not only that, David, I understand we're right at the end of our program.
No, we have got to go.
This has been a great event.
There's some people out there that hate us for this.